Hey there everyone, welcome back to the channel, and I got here what I think is a pretty cool deck actually, and I've been working on this for a while, and I've gone through so many iterations of this, and the balance is still something I'm not happy with, just because sometimes you can brick, but it's pretty consistent. But this is Blue Eyes White Dragon Last Gamble OTK deck. I know that sounds crazy, but basically it all revolves around this card, Beacon of White, which I may or may not in this video even change to 2 copies. Basically, what the card says is if you do not control another Beacon of White, and you have 3 or more Blue Eyes monsters in your graveyard, target one of them, special summon it, negate the effects, and also equip it with this card. So basically, if you have 3 or more Blue Eyes monsters in your graveyard, you can literally play this card from your hand as an equip to a card that's in the graveyard, special summon that to the field, negate its effects, which won't matter, you'll see. But when this card leaves the field, banish that equipped monster. Other monsters you control cannot attack, and also, depending on how many Blue Eyes monsters are in your deck after you've done all this, the Blue Eyes monster equipped with this card can attack that many number of times. So basically, what you have here, best case scenario, you have Blue Eyes Shining Dragon, which you will literally never get to play on the field. Blue Eyes Toon Dragon, which you can. I have 2 more copies of this, but I originally had 3, but I brought it down to 2. And then 3 Blue Eyes White Dragon, just good old-fashioned Blue Eyes White Dragon. And basically, what you're gonna do is use Beacon of White to get Blue Eyes White Dragon on the field with 4 other Blue Eyes White Dragon cards in the graveyard, so that your Blue Eyes White Dragon can attack 4 times. Now, what about back row? All this other crap. Well, you also have here Final Destiny. Discard 5 cards from your hand. Destroy all cards on the field. Now, you might be wondering, how the heck do you get 5 cards in the hand? Well, that's what Last Gamble's for. It's also what Cup of Ace is for, which I struggled on this one a bit because it's so not reliable, but there are some times you don't need Cup of Ace, and there's other times you absolutely need Cup of Ace. The basic way that you get all the Blue Eyes monsters in the graveyard, you'll see we're only running 3 spells. We're running Magical Merchant. In case you don't know, flip excavate cards from the top of your deck until you excavate a spell or trap card, add that card to your hand, and send the remaining cards to the graveyard. So, since there's only a few spells in our deck, and we have 22 cards in the deck, basically you get Magical Merchant out, flip, hopefully excavate a ton of cards, preferably all the Blue Eyes cards, and then you'll be able to use Beacon of White. Now, we have a couple of other interesting cards in here. We have Sphere Karibo, just for protection, and we also have Wing Karibo. Now, I went back and forth between the 3 different main Karibos, being regular Karibo, Sphere Karibo, Wing Karibo, and I found that Sphere Karibo is necessary because one of the big things that stops this is Amazons. If they have Amazon's Onslaught on the field and one of their monsters on the field or in their graveyard is a Amazon's Swordswoman, you want to be able to put them into defense mode, because otherwise you can't really attack over them. You'll take too much damage, especially after Last Gamble when you only have 100 life points left. You automatically lose, so that's important. You also see Bacon Saber in here, because if this gets sent to the graveyard, it's essentially a free Karibo effect, but from the graveyard, so you're not using a card in hand, and that's good because you want to save as many cards as you can for Final Destiny. Wing Karibo, because there's situations where if you can just put on the field, even if they destroy it by an effect, it prevents you from taking any damage, any battle damage the rest of the turn. So rather than having to use like 1 or 2 Karibos, 2 Karibos to stop from losing the game, you can just use 1 Wing Karibo. So it's situational. The other one you might be wondering is 80 Changer. Now 80 Changer is interesting because this also helps against the Amazon Swordswoman. If they have one in attack mode and you need to flip it into defense mode so you don't lose, you can do that. If it's in the graveyard, you banish it, change the battle position. The other thing you can do with it is if there might be a turn where you need to set Magical Merchant and in the same turn flip it or you lose, you can do that with AD Changer. If AD Changer is in the graveyard, you can set Magical Merchant, banish AD Changer, flip Magical Merchant, change its battle position, aka flip it, do the whole thing, and I've won games like that too. So anyways, enough waffling on. Let's just get into and Sangan for searching. Alright, so I got a couple replays here, just because I swear, I played a couple duels and I literally got the most garbage Last Gamble rolls. Like, it was 1-1-2. I got a 1, a 2, and a 1. It could not have been worse. And both games literally was like, if I had just had 1 more card, it would have been fine. So, I don't remember exactly what happens here. But I want to show you here. That's how it works. A couple of duels. See how it happens. Like, going second is not great. Going first is better. But you put down the Magical Merchant. My opponent here is playing defensively, so I probably flip here. No, I don't. Actually, I play defensively, which is probably a mistake, honestly. With the Drill Roid here. Oh, that's right. I remember this one. Magical Merchant goes off. Mills a bunch. So you really want to hit... Okay, Blue Eyes there. That's good. You get Final Destiny. I think in this version I was playing 2 Beacon of White. And really, you can play with the balance, but this is the basic idea. Is that you have Magical Merchant with some Spheric Karibo and other Karibo for protection. You have 80 Changer and Bacon Saber, they're really good. And then Final Destiny and Beacon of White. Those are the 2 main cards. So look at this hand right here. This is good. Except I get a 1. But it's fine because I have the Final Destiny. I had enough cards in hand because my opponent played defensively to just ditch them all. All the cards come out. Here's the Beacon of White. And we should be able to attack twice, at least twice, to win the game. That's the basic principle. It just sucks that, you know, Last Gamble can really backfire on you. Because, like, you know, discard 2 cards is kind of annoying, but not the end of the world. But, you know, you would think that essentially 50-50 chance to get at least 3 cards to get +1 never happens. Now, if you do this and you get Last Gamble 6, you Gucci. You're so good if you get Last Gamble 6. Unless it bites you in the butt. In which case, it can happen. It can happen where you don't have enough cards, and that's real bad, because then you lose. Alright, so that's a good turn. Again, going second, not super great. But I just played Bacon Saber here because, you know, if they destroy it and it goes to the graveyard, fine. Because then I can use it later to stop an attack, so it's not the end of the world. The trick here is that Amazonas is tricky because they can banish, so you really have to get Magical Merchant. You can't really search for it with Sangan if they have the Onslaught, like right here, because they can just banish it. It doesn't go to the graveyard. You don't get to search. So here, all that has to happen is the flip. The flip is all that matters. There goes the Blue Eyes, Magical Merchant. As long as we just get enough cards in the graveyard, and then get the spells. There's 2 Blue Eyes. There's the Beacon of White. So we can Last Gamble here, have 4 Blue Eyes in the graveyard. And then if we get enough cards, which I think we do here, 3. I think we get the Final Destiny. No. But I put down the what's it called? And I actually think. Oh yeah, I remember this one. This was like a burn deck. It wasn't even like traditional Amazonas. Yeah. So here's the Final Destiny. So because I had 2 Beacon of White, I was actually able to just get rid of one, and then add the other one. Actually use the other one. So now the thing is, this was a burn deck. So if they had a Karibo. Not regular Karibo, Sphere Karibo, it would have been bad. Because it's just a regular Karibo, we're good. You can just keep attacking through that. And that's why I think Beacon of White is so cool. Now remember, this is a fun deck. It's not like the most competitive thing, but it's really fun to use. And, you know, if this was... So let's say this was back in the days of early Duel Links when you had, like, the top, like, King of Games decks were like Rex Raptor, just vanilla dinos with Order to Charge. This deck would have been monstrous. Because there's so many other things that can just get in the way. It's not, you know, crazy good, but it's just fun. It's really fun. Like, and I thought it was a creative idea to use Beacon of White, and then Final Destiny was actually added later. Originally it was just Beacon of White to just, you know, and Hey True Nate, I think. But then I was like, oh, you have enough cards here to do a Final Destiny. Maybe Hey True Nate's better, but Final Destiny gets rid of, like, it. Like, they can't just play. It's like in Hey True Nate, they can just activate something like Mirror Wall or the Amazon's Onslaught, whereas Final Destiny just gets rid of it, and that's why I really liked it. Because when else are you gonna get to use that card? Yeah, I forgot we have Psychics here. So yeah, with Sangan, search for Magical Merchant, I believe, even though we draw the next one. Put down the Merchant, and now hopefully we get good mills here. You always want to get your Blue Eyes out. So that's not good. But we have another Magical Merchant, so it's fine. You just put that down instead. I actually just go for it. Dang. Oh, yeah, that's right, because there's only 9 cards in the deck. So that's a solid 6. That's really good. Usually, if you get 6, it's over. Yeah, so now you ditch all the Blue Eyes here. It looks like I ditch all my Blue Eyes, a Bacon Saber, and the 80 Changer. I bring out the Beacon of White and just go for game. Like, that's what you want. You see there was a floodgate there. So, like, that had to come off the field. Otherwise, this whole thing is screwed. So, yeah, actually, it looks like maybe double Beacon of White is the way to go. That might be the way to go. Just, you know, play around with the mix yourself. And you'll see, actually, I think at one point I actually changed, I tested out regular Karibo instead of Wing Karibo, but I definitely think Wing Karibo is, it's situational. Because Wing Karibo, you might want to mix them actually. Wing Karibo is better against most things, like better for card advantage in terms of like, if they're actually sending it to the graveyard, it saves more cards. But regular Karibo you can use against things that banish, like Amazon's Onslaught. So really it's just, you gotta feel it out. It's tricky. So this is a garbage hand right here. Especially since we're going second, it's a super garbage hand. I remember this is Gemini's. Yeah, this is a Gemini one. Yeah, so, you know, it's good, it's good, it's good, it's not good, it's fun, it's not fun, it's whatever. But now, I remember this one being tricky, because they had like the Gemini Spark deck, and I didn't really know what to do about it, because Gemini Spark's actually a pretty dangerous card. Getting the Beacon of White here is good, because it's another spell card you don't have to get out of the deck. And yeah, we get the Witch Hero, which is fine, because we just we can still mill, we can still stop the vision. So like this is a situation where like Magical Merchant is great, because you can actually possibly mill a Bacon Saber and not have to use that card in your hand. That's so good. Now, yeah, you last gamble, ditch Blue Eyes cards. Hopefully get a lot of cards here. That's really good. Final Destiny. Get rid of the other two Blue Eyes, the Bacon Saber, and the 80 Changer. And the Gemini Spark doesn't matter. Final Destiny still goes off. And that's why I said, literally the only thing that like stops Final Destiny is Wiz, Sage for Hire. If they can get it. And usually you have to like bait it out with like, you know, I don't know, a couple base or something. Or like, you know, Ultimate Providence. Like those like so super specific counter traps that almost never happen. So yeah, that's the basic gist of the deck, and I think it's really cool. It's really fun. Again, I would recommend adding in another Beacon of White, maybe taking out Cup of Ace. I think Cup of Ace situationally is pretty good. Maybe add another Beacon of White and take out a Sangan. I like it. I really do. Maybe take out a Sphere Karibo instead. Play with the balance. I don't know if 30 cards is the best idea. I think maybe low to mid 20s is probably good. But I had another one. I'll play the last one. Why not? I'll just show it to you. Because why not? I must have saved it for a reason. I don't remember. I saved these replays a while ago. But yeah, I like it. It's so much fun. Please try it out, share it. I wanna see this cheese everywhere. It's so much fun, and it's cool. Sometimes the people get really confused, and they'll take their whole turn to like read all the cards and figure out what they do, and then that sucks because then the turns can take kind of forever. But you see why Sangan's important just for searching. When you have a big deck like this, it's so important to have searching ability. It's just for consistency's sake. Now you might argue that, oh, well, having all those Sangan in there is just adding more cards. But for the actual like probability versus distribution, I think it's important. Oh, Lord of D, that's troublesome. So you see, I guess the best balance had Wing Karibo in it. But again, it's tricky. Oh, that's right. I was testing Galaxy Cyclone at one point. Just because, like, even if you mill it to the graveyard, and like the next turn you can use it to kill something face up. So that's a thing. Forgot about that. What was I stalling for here? I don't remember. I don't remember this duel at all. This must have been one of the really early ones. Yeah. But again, last gamble you always ditch both Blue Eyes. I got 5 cards, so yeah. So when you get 5 cards like that, you're good. You can Final Destiny, kill the whole field. Basically, it's like if you get 4 and above, you're so good. Yeah, and you just that's what you got to do. So like, if you want to play a deck that's like kind of 50-50 to win, but it's super funny, this is the one for you. Anyways, that's it for me. I hope you guys liked it. I thought it was an interesting deck. I just wanted to share it. Yeah, hope to see you back next time for some more Duel Links. Hopefully bring some more fun decks. And have yourselves a great day.